Hey, friends and family, thanks for joining me. It is a really cold January day here in Central Virginia. It's going to be in the 20s. Whew, that is cold for my bones. So I'm going to be wearing a nice warm sweater and choosing a scent to match the mood of the day. But first, I wanted to show everyone that I finally organized my perfumes in my closet here on my perfume shelf. And I used what are called these cupcake risers in the back. They're made of acrylic. I got them from Amazon, I think for maybe 10 bucks each. And they let me tier up the perfume so that they're not sort of hiding behind each other and I can see what I've got in my collection. So to match the mood of the day and to choose something that I haven't had an opportunity to try yet, I'm going to go with Vivienne Westwood Mon Boudoir. This is a flanker to her boudoir perfume. Mon Boudoir is a white floral with some green and fresh accords. And I got attracted to the bottle. I was just searching around online one day, checking out reviews on Fragrantica and other sites, and came across the Vivienne Westwood line. I didn't even know she had a perfume line. So there's the regular boudoir, and I did not get that, but I did get the Mon Boudoir based on reviews that it was a softer, lighter version. This has top notes of pear, basil, mandarin orange, middle notes of lily of the valley, rose and jasmine, and then base notes of white musk and sandalwood. I have sampled this, but I haven't worn it for a full day, so I'm excited to do that. I would describe this as a musky floral scent. It gives me Sarah Jessica Parker lovely vibes. So that one, the Sarah Jessica Parker one, is mostly just sort of like a pure, simple musk scent. This has more complexity to it. That basil note comes out at the top there, and it has a little bit of that rose that shines through and the jasmine. And I think the sandalwood gives this a more sort of rounded, complex perfume with more personality than the Sarah Jessica Parker one, which I also like. I like Lovely, but it is a more sort of simple scent. I would like to also sample some of the other perfumes in the Vivienne Westwood line, the regular boudoir. She also has one called Anglomania that looks really interesting, and Cheeky Alice, to name a couple. She has a few that have Alice in the name, and they look interesting. They look interesting. And so I will pair this with a warm, cozy knit sweater for today on this cold winter morning in January. It's a very sort of warm scent, but not imposing, not offensive. It's not loud or screechy. It's gentle, it's feminine, and it forms this sort of sensual cloud around you. I think this has low to moderate projection. I'd say maybe a foot away from you, maybe 2 feet at the most. I can't imagine this having great sillage, but again, I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But it's not one of those scents that strikes me as filling a room or knocking people out. It's a sort of close, girly scent where people have to be close to you to smell it. Let's go check out the makeup of the day. Last night I filmed a really fun video, the top 10 makeup products for life. So if I had to run out of the house and just grab a handful of products or two handfuls and throw them in a bag and never come back in the house and see the rest of my makeup collection again, what would I choose? So I hope you'll check out that channel, that video rather. The reason that I bring that up is because one of the products for today reminds me a lot of a key product in that video last night. Here's our makeup wardrobe for the day. As usual, I start off with my moisturizer. I can't recommend enough Paula's Choice Skin Restoring Moisturizer with SPF 50 in it. And this is for normal to dry skin. I have combination skin, the T-zone on my face, so that's, the middle of my forehead, down my nose, onto my cheeks, tends to get a little bit oilier than the rest of my face. My face is never dry, but I do moisturize my face as though it were dry skin. Don't ask me why. I just enjoy having a really hydrated base. And one of my tips for the day is, especially as we get deeper into the winter and the days get colder and maybe the air gets drier, and maybe if you're traveling outdoors or still going into the office or whatever, or even indoors as you have your heat on high and so forth, if you're feeling like your skin is drier, the air seems to be sucking out your the moisture from your skin. Here's what I do. I put on a layer of moisture when I get out of the shower. I go and make my cup of coffee, go do whatever I need to do for the morning, like go make breakfast, check, email and so forth, let that sink in, and then I'll come back and I'll do a second layer of moisturizer. So I want to let that first layer really sink in and then add a second layer in places that I think need it. For example, I always add a second layer under my eyes because I feel that having the area right under your eye really hydrated helps your makeup sit better on your skin. You don't want your skin to be greasy when you put your makeup on, but you do want it nice and hydrated. So I have tried a lot of different kinds of moisturizers, but I love this one. I keep coming back to it. And, if I don't have this on hand for whatever reason, I'm not at home or whatever, I'll use any moisturizer. The more emollient, the better. I would suggest, if you're thinking about skincare products and wondering what to get, to follow Dr. Dre on YouTube. She's a dermatologist. I trust her opinion. She's no nonsense. She's not pushing any products. And she just gives you the skinny, the real truth on research-based ingredients that actually are effective for hydrating your skin. And she reviews numerous products, especially the ones that are the most hyped up, to tell you whether they actually do what they claim or not. So that's Dr. Dre. Anyway, this is my first choice for moisturizer. Moving along, the rest of my base today will include yet another moisturizing product, and that is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I use this as a primer. This is also an emollient sort of moisturizer. It does have scent in it. If you don't like scent in your products, you might want to stay away from this. It's not the most aggressive scent. It's a little bit sort of lemony orangey, but this gives a really nice hydration on top of whatever you've already done for hydration, and dries down well and provides sort of like a primer base for your face. So it's got shea butter, vitamin C and E, and some other products in here. But I don't really care about all that. I just care that it's nice and moisturizing and helps my makeup sit well. I am, for my eyeshadow primer, going to go back to Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in Nude. This is a lot like the Milani primer and is lighter in texture than like a MAC paint pot or the KEVYN AUCOIN one that I showed in a previous video. It's light and provides a nice soft base for eyeshadow to sit. As usual, I'm going to my Becca Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer to place in the areas where I'm going to use concealer to help sort of fill in the fine lines and provide a flatter canvas for my concealer, which is going to be the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I have this one in light beige, the color 130. This is a great drugstore concealer. You can see that I've made my way through quite a bit of it, and you can see that it's starting to separate here. So like I did in yesterday's video, actually let me do this off camera here, but I need to mix this up a bit, and maybe it's time for this to go bye-bye, but I'll use it for a little bit longer. Anyway, I have a few of these in different colors, and they do exactly what they say. They conceal and they perfect. I feel they give a lot of coverage, and so a little bit goes a long way. Don't go putting a whole sort of, swath of it under your eyes. Just a little sort of pencil point of it, and then dab that out. You always want to dab out your concealer instead of swiping or brushing. You can brush, but I prefer to dab. So that's the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. It does really well. It stays put all day and it doesn't crease. My foundation, I'm going to combine two colors, and you can see that I need to mix this up. This has been sitting for a bit, but this is the Infallible Pro Glow foundation. So it gives you a radiant finish. It says it's for normal to dry skin. I don't have dry skin. I have more sort of normal to oily. And so this does give some extra luminosity to my skin. I like it. I like that it doesn't make me look greasy, but it does make me look dewy, youthful, if you will. And so I keep a lighter color on hand and then a darker color for my skin tone. This is 205 Natural Beige and 209 Caramel Beige. And I will mix these up to get the color that I would like for where my skin is now with the winter self-tanning. For powder today, I'm going to use the Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. Really great option for just a light dusting on the face. I'm not sure I would use this under my eyes, although people do. In fact, I might not do any powdering over my concealer or under my eyes and just use this for, to set my foundation a little bit. A little goes a long way with that, guys. You just want to use a big powder brush and dip it in there and just sort of tap your T-zone area, unless you're super oily, and then you may want to do your whole face. So the star of the show today is going to be Naked 2 Urban Decay. I have most of the Naked palettes. Actually, I think I have them all. I have the original, I have Naked 2, I have Naked 3, Naked Cherry, I have Naked Heat. I'm missing something. Oh, Naked Honey, of course, which is one of my favorites. I do have Urban Decay's Born to Run palette, which is a nice big option with a lot of colors. In fact, I don't think I have all the Naked. I think there are a couple of few others. There's the sort of the one that came out with purple this summer and maybe one or two others. But anyway, these are what started the real eyeshadow game back in the day, right? So I have the Naked Original, which is a gorgeous palette. Maybe I shouldn't use it, but I still do. It is old. And then I have Naked 2, which I purchased a few years ago. And the reason that I brought this up when we started talking about makeup of the day is because last night I featured the Glam palette from Natasha Denona as one of my top 10 favorites that I would take with me if I could only grab 10 products, throw them in a bag, and run out of the house. This palette reminds me a lot of that. I think Glam, in terms of consistency, texture, quality, and performance, outperforms Naked 2 by a lot. But I still think Naked 2 is a solid contender. It's got some really neutral tones in here, some that lean they're mostly cool tones. You might get away with Snakebite as a little bit of a warmer or neutral tone. Foxy leans a little bit, to me, more to the warmer side, as does Half Baked. But quite a nice variety of tones in here for a very sort of office appropriate look, an everyday look, and I just want to pop a couple of shadows on my eye and run some errands look. Or you can totally glam it up with some of these shimmers for an evening look. You can smoke it out with some of these darker colors over here, Busted and Blackout. Really nice option for a palette. So that's going to be the eyes for today. I am going to contour a little bit today, which I haven't done for a bit just because I've been rushed for time. But KEVYN AUCOIN, the Contour Book Volume 3, is a great option for contouring. You'll see that these colors are more cool toned, except for maybe this sculpting deep one down here. So this is really for creating shadows. For example, along the hollows of your cheek, the sides of your nose, maybe a little bit of the edge of your face or under your, chin and jaw area. I will probably use a combination of medium and deep, maybe dip my brush into both, tap it off and make sure that it's light and then go in. You don't have to do a whole lot of tapping because these are really soft powders. They're not as aggressive as like the Scott Barnes sculpting palette. These are a little bit easier to work with and build up. This also has a nice blush in it that you can use the lighter side, the middle, or the more brown side, or do some sort of mixture of them. And then it's got a few highlighting squares in here, flash and beam, to create some highlight. You could really do a whole face look out of this. You could do your blush, you could do your bronzer, you could do an eyeshadow look out of this if you wanted to as well. So that's the Contour Book Volume 3 by KEVYN AUCOIN. For my just, usual everyday bronzer part of the look, I'm going to use Hourglass Ambient Radiant Bronze Light. I really enjoy the Hourglass powders. I know there's controversy over Hourglass in that they release palettes, year after year, and they're recycling colors and maybe, naming them the same. I don't really care. I don't get into all that drama. I just enjoy using the product. This isn't even going to show up on camera. It does not pick up well with my finger, but with a brush, this creates a very soft sort of brown swipe across the cheeks. And I will put it sort of right above where I contour with the KEVYN AUCOIN to create some more depth. And I will use it all around the perimeter of my face as well. It's got a little bit of sparkle, just very light, sort of shimmery sparkle that isn't apparent unless you're right up on the face. It's not like it's gonna, make you glow, but really, really nice powders, very finely milled. For my blush today, I'm gonna use Melt's Buzzkill. This has two sides. Look how cute that is with the honeycomb. I love it. It's really cute plastic packaging, the little bee on the front, and it's got this textured label on the back. Some people don't care about that, but I really sort of enjoy the whole experience. From the time you open the product to the time you apply it and go, yeah, that looks great. So this is Buzzkill that has this kind of peachy, champagne-y blush here with, look at the little bee in there. It's super cute. And then this lighter, more champagne colored highlight that you can put on top of the blush. So I might mix those together and just do a little bit of dab on my cheeks for some color. And I will finish off my look then with the Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara. So if you've been watching my videos, you know that I only have maybe 3 or 4 mascaras in rotation. The reason is that they tend to dry out quickly. They have a very short shelf life of about a couple months, 3 months at the most. And so I don't like to have a lot of them open at the same time. So right now I've got maybe about 4 in rotation, and this is a KEVYN. Great mascara with an hourglass wand, and it does what it says it's going to do. It's a drier formula and really helps the eyelashes stand on end and stay put all day. I will use the Precisely My Brow pencil on my eyebrows. It's a fine point pencil that allows you to do really fine brush strokes. And I like that the color, I have dark eyebrows, but I like that the color is a little bit browner, because I find that if I use really dark and a dark eye pencil, it gives me an overly dramatic, like vampire-y look, and I don't like that. I want it to look more natural. I don't want people to be able to tell from far away that I filled in my eyebrows. I think that sort of defeats the purpose. Don't like that really harsh eyebrow look. And I will finish off then with lips. I'm going to use my Rimmel Lasting Finish 1000 Kisses Stay On Lip Contouring Pencil. What a name. 1000 Kisses. Anyway, this is in the color Tiramisu, which is this sort of peachy, brown color nude. And I will layer that with Wet n Wild Send Nudes Liquid Catsuit. What a name. Send Nudes. Super cute. This is a high shine lipstick. It does well. It's very dewy on the lips, and it's super inexpensive. I think I got this for $3 or $4, and it is a fantastic. Okay, let's do this again. I did this last night. Let's do a little bit of ASMR. This is me opening the lip gloss. Ready for it? Wait for it. Wait for it. Hope the camera picked up that little pop when it comes out. But anyway, there's something really satisfying about that sound when you pop it out of the container there. This is a gorgeous pinky brown neutral-ish lipstick. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Liquid lipstick. And I will keep around a lip gloss just to top, because I like to be extra, okay? Don't judge. This is the Becca and Chrissy Teigen Glow Gloss. I don't know that this is made anymore. It's in Beach Bum, but this line of lip glosses, I think Becca does still sell, and they're really wonderful, very hydrating. They perform well. They go on super smooth. I know you're probably thinking, Veronica, that's ridiculous. The liquid lipstick does the same thing. Yes, okay, I hear ya. I'm still gonna put on a little bit of lip gloss on top of that. So that's my look for the day. I will finish it off with the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury, which is a fantastic, no nonsense hairspray for the face. It keeps your makeup in place. It does have a scent that people complain about. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a floral scent. It's not quite as crazy as folks make it out to be, at least not to me. But then again, my nose picks up scents as more subtle, where others get knocked out by the same scent. So maybe don't trust my opinion on that. But I do think it's a fabulous setting spray. It's pricey. Make sure you're waiting for sales. In fact, friends and family, make sure you're waiting for sales to buy any products. There's never any reason, unless you just have to have something and you have that kind of disposable income, there's never any reason to buy something for full retail price. It will eventually go on sale. There will be discounts, coupons, and all sorts of campaigns to get you to buy stuff. So don't feel compelled to ever run out and buy something for full price unless you're super worried and pretty sure that it's going to go out of stock quickly and stay out of stock, or you just don't care because you have the money and it's not a big deal to you. If so, more power to you. You go out, you get what you want, you wear what you want, you make yourself pretty, you go get the perfumes you want and make sure you're smelling how you want to smell for the day, and have a fabulous day. Hope you have a blessed one, and I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more of this content. Bye.